wanna turn the lights out.
Hey everybody, this is Natasha from MakeupInSFC. Welcome back to my channel. If you're wondering why I am barefaced, it's because today we're going to talk about skincare. If you are an oily doily like me, then I think that some of these items could work for you. They've worked for me for the past 2 to 3 years. And if you're not an oily doily, I think some of these things could be incorporated into your skincare routine, because I think some of these items are pretty universal. They can help people who are dry, who are combination, who are oily, and possibly normal, because normal people are perfect and they have like the best skin, right? So to tell you a little bit about my skin, I am oily. I'm oily everywhere. It's not just oily in my T-zone and in my chin and my nose. I'm oily everywhere. My cheeks get oily, my temples get oily. It sucks. And so for a very long time, I didn't understand my skin very well. From the time I was about 12 till now I'm almost 28, I was figuring out what I was doing with my skin. It wasn't until 2 to 3 years ago when I started, looking at YouTube videos and watching things about makeup that I decided I really wanted to crack down on my skincare and find something that worked for me, because I'm the type of person, if all my makeup was taken away, I ideally would like my skin to look its best, because if you have really good skin, anything that you put on top of it looks better. I think when I started college, I started to get really bad cystic acne around my chin due to hormones and due to my lack of knowledge about skincare. One of the more obvious mistakes I did growing up was not wearing a moisturizer. So I thought that if I put moisturizer on, it was making me oily. In reality, because I wasn't wearing moisturizer, my face was producing more oil to compensate, and so that is why I was breaking out more often. The other thing that I realized when I was breaking out the most was I was washing my face too much. I would wake up from a night's sleep and find a new zit, and I couldn't figure out what it was that was making me break out. All I was doing was sleeping. But sleeping is the time when your skin regenerates, it's when it's changing, and it's when it's doing the most work. So I started to cut down on how much I washed my face. I figured from the night time it was best to wash my face with the whole shebang, because I had the whole day's worth of crap on my face. So oil, dirt, being in nature or like being in the real world, it would make my skin really clogged up. So I figured the nighttime was the best time to wash my face. The next morning, since all I did was sleep and all I had was the good skincare, all I needed to do was rinse with water. So that is what I do. And it really helped my skin relax, because I think overwashing it also dried out my skin, and it made my skin tighter, and again wanted my oils to produce more so that I could compensate for what I was not doing to it. Okay, I'll try to edit that into something coherent. Anyway, so let's talk about some of the things that I do. So I'm going to walk you through how I wash my face at night. So if you watched my skincare video from last time, I'll link it down below. It's pretty much the same process. The process that I use is I wash my face, tone, and then I moisturize. So when I wash my face, I use African black soap. And so when I started using African black soap, I started using it because some girls on Makeup Social, which is an app that's for a beauty community, they started talking about how successful it was for them, and so I wanted to try it, especially because it was geared towards acne prone skin. And so the African black soap is really good because it has the shea butter in it that I think helps moisturize, even though it's doing all that acne stuff to really drive zits out and to prevent zits from coming in. Now my Clarisonic I've had for about 2 years, and I have the Clarisonic Mia. And as you'll see in the video, I will take it on with the African black soap. So what I'll do is I'll take my Clarisonic, and 1 to 2 days out of the week I will use that with the African black soap, and then I will massage that into the skin to further exfoliate. And I usually do this on the days when I forgot to wash my face the night before, because I feel like all of that stuff has clogged my pores overnight, and so I really need something to pick me up. I don't use my Clarisonic every night because I feel like it's too abrasive for my skin. I never had a purging period. I think I always had like really good results right away because it really smoothed my skin out. But I just felt out of convenience, I really didn't feel like busting it out every night to do, so I've limited it to 1 to 2 nights because I have other exfoliators that I like to alternate it with. But I really do like it together with the African black soap. So I got mine from Sephora when it was $99, but I have seen them at Nordstrom Rack for about $89 or almost $90, which is still a really good deal. But I'm not opposed to anyone getting just the manual brushes or cheaper alternatives, as long as you're getting something that's going to further exfoliate in a gentle way, because you're more likely to break out if it's too abrasive. Because if you think about it like you're scratching a wound, zits are like wounds. So if you scratch it, then all that oil and that pus is going to be spread around while you're exfoliating, and that's just not what you want to do. So you want to use something that's gentle, and I try not to use my Clarisonic when I have active breakouts, which again is rare because I'm really, I try to use the skincare regimen often. But just in case, I try to avoid them just because I don't want that oil to seep out and spread. Every time I use my Clarisonic, I also wash the brush head. That way I don't get a lot of bacteria. Right now I'm using the normal brush head. I've used the deep cleansing and the sensitive skin one, and I think the normal one is a little bit rough than the other ones that I've used, but I really enjoy the deep cleansing one. But to be honest, I feel like they're all the same. Okay, the other thing that I really like to do is I like to tone, and so I started using Witch Hazel. Witch Hazel, I don't care what brand it's from. I actually use generic. I use the generic from Walgreens, and I use the generic from Target, and I use the generic from Walmart. And those ones have worked really well for me. I've always wanted to try like the other ones, but I don't really care much to pay the extra for it. I think the only one that I would like to try is the Thayers. That one, because it has some aloe and the ingredients sound nice. But these ones have worked really well for me, and I've always gotten them for like $1 or 99 cents. I think now they're $1.99. For moisturizers in the morning, what I have used for years and years and years is my Acne Skin Gel. And this one you won't see in the video, but I've used it in my previous skincare routine video. And this one I used because my mentality is, if I'm in the sun every day, I need something to combat that. So by putting aloe, I'm soothing my skin, and because it's a gel formula, it doesn't make my skin build up, because I don't want thick moisturizers during the day. The next life-changing thing I added to my skincare routine were beauty oils. And I really feel like it helped stop my bad oils from coming out, because I started putting good oils on my face. And so the two that I like to use together are the tea tree oil and the argan oil. I put the tea tree oil on first all over the problem areas, and then to dilute it I use the argan oil because it's not as intense as the tea tree oil. The tea tree oil has this sort of burning sensation that I really like, and it has good properties such as antibacterial, and it helps to really dry out any active zits that you have. And the argan oil is for overall moisturization. So I like to put those on top of my face so that it sort of creates a barrier from anything going in and any bad stuff coming out. And just putting beauty oils at night really saturate my skin and make it look nice and glowy and plump for the next day. If I feel like I'm getting really spotty, and it usually happens when I don't wash my face, then I'll use something like this. This is the Effaclar Duo from Roche Posay. I'll put that on my problem areas. Like for tonight, I'm going to probably put them on these little buddies that I got right here because I didn't wash my face. And it's a very thin moisturizer type texture, and it really layers well under makeup if I wear it during the day, but it's a really nice active ingredient to put on at night. What I really love about this one is it prevented a lot of blackheads that were on my face when I first started, really caring about my skin. I feel like it's really diminished it and has made that area of my face clear. And I think that it has also minimized my pores, even though it's not completely possible to diminish them. I do feel like the pores have been cleansed in those areas, and so it's easier to maintain them so that they don't look as apparent. The face mask that I have used for years and years and years, and I always go back to it. I actually started using it when I was 16, and I got my first bottle when I went to the Origins store. And I used it because my best friend wanted me to try it, and so she showed me the Clear Improvement Active Charcoal Mask. And it was something we did in our like first sleepover, and it was like really geeky. We put it on and we looked like crazy lunatics, but it's, you know, what you do with your girlfriends. And ever since then I've always loved it. Like, I love what it does to my skin. It sucks all the bad stuff out but still keeps your skin comfortable. Like, you never feel like it's too dry like some masks are. And then lately I've been enjoying it with my Boscia Luminizing mask. I can't say this is Holy Grail, but I really like the two of them together because it really like sucks all the stuff out of my face. I think that's pretty much all the skincare things that I have loved for years and years and years. So hopefully some of these items will work for you. I think they would work really well with normal, dry, and oily skin because a lot of these things have benefits for all of those skin types. But then again, it is something that's your preference. If you don't like to feel like an oily slob, then maybe smacking a bunch of oils on your face isn't going to be the best idea for you. But for me, it's worked really well, and I think it has made my skin what it is today. And as long as I keep to my regimen, my skin has stayed pretty much on track. The only times when I notice that it doesn't work and really reaffirms why these work are when I don't use them. And so I'm finally done with this video. I'm gonna edit it and hopefully put it up. It was a hassle to put it on because I need more batteries. I lost one, and so I need to buy a new one. I need a memory card. I got some lighting. I'm trying to figure out how to use it. I'm gonna see how it works with tutorials. Right now it's blinding me how bright they are, but I think it makes it look good, so we're gonna see how it goes. So thank you so much for Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye! Are you trying to touch screen it?
That's not a touch screen then, huh? It's not like an iTouch. You're gonna have to like move the product forward so that it doesn't, and do the hand thing probably. No, that doesn't work. You're just gonna have to tell people what it is.
Okay, so if you'd like to see my Holy Grail, it's been a while since I filmed. I don't know what I'm talking about. All right.